Oh, goodness. 9:47. We got a busy show, Russ.
Yeah, that's good.
Rusty Weed in the studio. Chain Gang, it is officially... Now, when do you start doing Christmas season? Is it after Thanksgiving or what the hell?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't give it much thought, to be honest with you. Outside of the family activities, I don't have any participation in Christmas.
Well, Santa only comes to non-littered roads, right?
I try to be good.
That should be the campaign.
I try to be good so Santa will visit me, but that doesn't happen very frequent.
I'm going to make a sign that says Santa only comes to clean streets, and we'll keep it right there,
I would put that up.
That would be good.
Put that up. I'm advocating for IDOT to put up more signs. You can't get enough of those litter signs up, especially on the exits.
Well, and people need to know that it is there's accountability there. You can't just throw your Big Mac bag out of the window. I saw someone do that the other day. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, who keeps why would you do this?
Yeah, I'm so harsh with these trucking companies, MBI especially, in Republic. Of course, they're like Mo, Larry, Curly. I don't know who owns who, but at any rate, I'm so harsh on them all the time. But it's just the people that throw the McDonald's wrappers out on the exits and stuff, and the bottles.
That bothers me. It's not a litter thing anymore. Because sometimes, I hate to say it, sometimes we all have an emergency. When things happen and you got to do something.
Yeah.
But when you're throwing a beer bottle or a pack of cigarettes or whatever the hell, or the cellophane, that's just because you're lazy and you're disrespectful.
Yeah, and you see it so much. I'm the harshest as far as our board members, county board member chairman, Chris Flusher and stuff. But I support them, but I don't let them off the hook. And with that said, there's been a lot of effort on their part to control the trash. Yeah. Heavy police presence. But unfortunately, what I've been finding is that after a week or so after the police presence, I'm still picking up about the same amount of trash as I was. But a lot of that, and like I said, in their defense, a lot of that is just people become accustomed to throwing stuff out the window.
I agree. I completely...
The big items, I don't see the big items coming off the trucks anymore. It's the smaller items, the little smaller grocery bags and things like that. And that's just a situation where the nets are torn and trash is filtering through the nets. But it is interesting because I had a Madison County board member, Chrissy Wiley, reach out to me. And she come out to work with me, and she was very gracious, and her eyes were wide open. She saw a lot of things that I don't think she was aware of. And then a couple of days later, she found out some of the letters that I wrote to the board members. And she's like, Rusty, you got to cool it. You're pissing everybody off. And the more she dug into like talking to the Adam Walden, the highway commissioner, and other people, I've made a lot of, I don't have a lot of friends in some of those areas over there because I've been so harsh. And but I think she understands why, the nature of the beast. And I'm not running for office or anything. I have no political affiliation when it comes to that. So I want everybody to pay attention to her because I think she's actually going to try and make a difference. Chrissy Wiley from Bethalto, I think she's going to try and make a difference.
I appreciate that. And it's good too that whenever you come on here, I think that's where I think so many people that have initially when you came on, they were like, Rusty's just raising hell, but you are, because you're very accountable. You said before, you were a bull in a china shop, that's, it happens. And you sometimes you got to, though, just to get this done.
You live and you learn, man. Yeah. I knew nothing about board members, who was in charge, who did what, money was appropriated, nothing. I just knew there was trash on the roads, and I was sick of it. And, at some point in time, you just got to do something about it. And that's what I started doing. I've been doing it. And I'm so appreciative of you allowing me to come on here because I've been doing this for quite a while now. It's been going on close to 4 years now.
Yeah, well, you deserve recognition. I mean, seriously.
Well, I'm not looking for recognition, but
it's not just that. The issue needs to be talked about too, though, because this is stupid. I mean, we've talked about how many times police have so many more important things to do. If someone was just an adult and didn't throw things, and the trucking companies too, most importantly, are held accountable and they get the proper material. They got CEO, and I don't know who, not blaming a specific trucking company, but you got these people that are making buku bucks and they can't take care of their trailers and their trucks, and this is ridiculous. It truly is.
If there's only one thing that in particular drives me crazy about the politics of Madison County is that if you're not an elected official, they really don't pay you much attention. I mean, I could show them all kinds of different ways and stuff, and you know, they just get tired of hearing it. I mean, there's so much of it, but yet the problem continues, and you know, but I'm optimistic. I do believe that we're going to get this done. I think there's been a vast improvement. You know, as far as I don't find the swimming pool covers and big huge items anymore.
Right.
You know, I mean, that was just atrocious.
Yeah,
you know?
that was terrible.
It is getting better, but that's neither here nor there. I think that's enough on the negative part. Let's move on to some of the positives.
I like it. You adopted 2 new roads.
Yes, I have. I was very instrumental in trying to get Adam Walden from Madison County to reinstitute that Adopt a Highway program, but I was somewhat reluctant to adopt the roads myself because I like going where the trash is at. And if I have a particular road, then you know, then I can't. And if there's like for the county roads, for instance, you don't need to clean those up as often. So if anybody's interested in adopting a county road, I would highly recommend that you look into it because they only need to be cleaned maybe about 3 times a year, 4 times a year.
I agree.
It's not so bad. It's just a walk in the park. But it was one of those situations where put up or shut up, Rusty. You know, you wanted this damn program, and you haven't done anything to it. And the reason is, so I talked to Adam Walden. He asked me to get involved, and so I've adopted 2 roads. So not only do I have my roads with IDOT, I have roads with Madison County now. 2 new roads with Madison County that I've adopted.
Well, and the county roads are, I feel like, much safer sometimes than the...
Oh, absolutely.
Would you agree?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. If you have a Boy Scout group or a church group, any type of activity, I would highly recommend you look into a county. And sometimes families can adopt a stretch in memory of their uncle or their grandfather. Like, for instance, I've done it with IDOT with my brother. But IDOT's a little trickier. You got to be a little more careful out there. And but county roads, I would highly recommend that. And I've adopted 2 new roads, so I have a total of about 9 miles now that I clean up. I know my wife hates me, but I keep telling her to get in line. You know,
get in line. I hear you. That's actually a go-to of mine. So with that being said, do you want to talk about what roads you adopted?
Well, it's nothing big. It's just Moreland Road off of 143 heading into Bethalto. I've adopted 3 miles of that. Okay. And then Wanda Road, it's about a mile stretch. I've adopted
that's what I was curious about.
But what's significant about that is the trucks, the trash trucks. If they don't come down 143 heading to the landfill, they'll come down Wanda Road. And if it's not, you know, it's like Mo, Larry, and Curly, like I was talking about. You don't. I mean, just pick your poison. You know, I mean, they're both going to get trashed. So I live in that community, so I've been picking up them anyway. I've been picking up those roads anyway.
Right. You know? So you're just making it official.
Yeah, I'm just making it official, and that's the way I'm working out. So the Adam Walden, the highway engineer, can say, look, we've got X amount of charter groups, and I'm hoping to inspire other people. You know, other charter groups, other family members, other small businesses. You know, I'm waiting for John. I'm waiting for your boss, John, to jump in on that.
I keep trying. I think I want to do it so bad. I really do. We'll see.
The thing is, if anybody wants to do it, just reach out to me. I'll help you. That's what I was talking about. That Chrissy Wiley. I was like, if you adopt a road, I'll help you. You know.
Well, you know, what's this berm highway cleanup that you're writing about?
When Pride does their cleanup recently, I always, when I get involved in that, I clean up the berm highway out there. That is the berm out by the museum, the River Museum, or is that the Beltline? I'm not. That's the.
Wait, which way?
Out by the River Museum along the river road.
Oh, going towards like the Wood.
Yeah, from Wood River to Alton.
Oh yeah, that's the berm.
The berm. Yeah, I didn't know the terminology on it exactly, but it always bothered me when I'm coming into Alton.
Oh, it looks
seeing
terrible.
all the trash along the road.
Terrible.
So when Pride would do their cleanup, that was the stretch of the road that I've been doing for the past 2 years. So I reached out to Martha Feister because I liked her, some of the things that she does, and she seemed to be somebody to get something done. And so I asked her about it. Do you think we could organize a cleanup on that road? Because man, when I do it, I just out there for like 2 hours and I'll come up with 6 or 8 bags of trash.
I bet.
It doesn't look that bad, but when you get into it, man, there's stuff that's in that grass that's been there for a long time.
Oh, it's nasty.
Yeah, it is. It needs a lot of work. The middle of the road needs a lot of work. So long story short, Martha said, that's not my area.
Right.
You have to contact Michael Veloff.
Yeah, he's Ward 3.
And so I sent a letter to Michael Veloff saying basically, let's get this cleaned up. In my mind, mind if you had about 12 people in a couple hours, you could do a huge impact on that.
I think he'll get back.
And I have not heard back from him yet. And so I mentioned it to Martha, and she said she's going to contact him.
Well, he's normally really responsive.
Yeah, I hope so, because see, it's a difficult situation. Sometimes you piss a lot of people off. He works for this. I believe he works for the city of Wood River.
I don't know. I don't
and
know
the city manager of Wood River is not one of my friends. He does not like me. Well, I had a cleanup organized, and I asked him to use 4 of the city barricades, and he turned me down.
Right. Well, no, I just don't know if Mike worked. I don't know if he works for
I thought he worked for the city of Wood River. I'm not for certain.
I don't think so. I don't know.
I was just looking on the profile or something like that. That's what surprised me.
Yeah, no, I don't know. But like I said, I have good hope on that one. I
do too, because I've heard good things about him, but I haven't heard her back. And I'm, the people have to pardon me, because I don't like waiting. You know what I mean? When
you are not very patient. We talk about it. But neither am I. But you have to do this, though, Rusty, to push the issue forward.
If I'm writing you a letter and contacting you, and you haven't spoken back to me in about a week or 2 weeks, well, then I guess I'm just taking the impression that you're not interested.
Yeah, I get you.
I'll move on. I'll move on, because there's enough trash for everybody around here. Yeah. So
now, is the berm, is that IDOT, or is that?
Well, that is IDOT. That's 143. That is IDOT. But you have to understand, IDOT just doesn't get to every place that needs to be done.
Gotcha. So sometimes it takes a local court.
If you're waiting for IDOT, you might just be waiting a while.
Well, I know it makes sense.
I'm here, man. I'm here. I'm here. I'm ready to go. So plug me in. That's kind of what But there again, I have a hard time with excuses, and I have a hard time with waiting. The trash is there. It needs to be done. Let's get on it.
I get you. Do you have a moment to take a quick break with me?
Yes, I do.
We will come back with more of Rusty Week next, right after this. With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Discover Del Mar Public House, located in Godfrey's historic Clifton Schoolhouse. Enjoy bold flavors like homemade falafel, fish and chips, and rotating pasta favorites. Relax with local beers, half-price wine bottles, and summer poutine nights. The only thing missing is you. Open Wednesday through Sunday. Del Mar Public House, where great food, drinks, and friends come together. DelMarPublicHouse.com.
Do you need to declutter your space? Time to call me, the Queen of Junk. Since 1993, we have grown to be the leader in residential, commercial, and property management junk removal. At Sparks Junk Removal, we are eco-friendly. We recycle, donate, or repurpose items back into our community. Trash is our last resort to the landfill. Plus, with our all-inclusive service, our crews handle everything from labor to lifting and landfill fees. Give us a call or visit our website, sparksjunkremoval.net, to reclaim your space today.
When I got in the car accident at the ER, they gave me a prescription of hydrocodone. And over time, it took more medication to mask the pain. I moved over to drug seeking and found heroin and fentanyl. I went to the Centerstone rehab facility, and it was the best decision I ever made in my life. I have my own car. I have a job. There's nothing holding me back anymore.
When you need a project done right, on budget and on time, trust Gillahan Concrete. Gillahan handles every kind of project, big and small. Commercial, industrial, residential, from room additions and garages to patios, driveways, and more. Gillahan brings quality and experience to every job. Family owned with over 30 years of service to our community. Call today at 618-781-3914 or visit GillahanConcrete.com.
Accidents happen in a heartbeat, but lives change forever. Whether it's a car crash, workplace injury, medical malpractice, or wrongful death, you don't have to face the consequences alone. Keith Short and Associates brings over 33 years of experience and a reputation for fighting fiercely for your rights. For relentless representation that you can trust, call Keith Short and Associates at 618-254-0055 today for a free consultation.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
10:02. That's the time. Back with Rusty. Alrighty, this is the big part. This is the positive part.
Yeah, the best part.
The buried lead of CJ Nasello that he's known for. You know, I never knew what Hartman would say. Ray Hartman would do a show and he'd go, I buried the lead. And then he would say something like, what does bury the lead mean?
He always saved the best for last.
Thank you. No, I didn't bury the lead in Rusty's mind. Thank you. Because Jim Murphy's landscaping, complete landscaping, he's an incredible advocate for the community.
Yeah, I think he's won that GOAT award now, that the best of the best, for like 19 years in a row. Now, it's that award too, but it's also every time I see someone needing something that can be sports team related, school related, or something for the kids, he is always there to support. He's always supported all the schools, even the ones that his kids didn't participate, not the ones he graduated with. He helped out all of them, and you will see his employees out there weed whipping the intersections of a lot of the exits and stuff, and he just does it to make the area look nicer.
No kidding.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
If you haven't used Jim Murphy, I highly recommend you look into what he does, because he employs a lot of area youth. He employs a lot. I mean, they do a lot of different things, and there's so many specialized services that they don't do this, they don't do that. Jim does a lot of stuff, and so I highly recommend. But anyway, Jim contacted me. And it was like, there's two great businesses that are trying to help me out. And Jim Murphy and his landscaping business is one of them. He saw that I had a need for a trailer to move my barricades around. And because I simply can't get everything in my pickup truck. And so he graciously donated a trailer. They had a 14-foot trailer that he was using. And now it needed some work, and elbow grease and a little paint and stuff, but he provided me with some paint. And now I have a trailer that I could use to haul my barricades around with, and I'm so thankful.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's a 14-foot trailer. He just donated.
No kidding.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was 14 foot.
14, perfect condition. Needed maybe a board replaced here or there, and like I said, a little paint, but I can't be any happier in thanking him for his participation. So Jim Murphy, if you haven't tried him, please give him a shot. And the other person is, of course, is one of my best friends, is Denise Sparks. Sparks Junk and Trash Removal. She saw that the county was not going to provide me any safety barricades, and so she stepped up and purchased me some herself. And so now when I'm out there on the road, because I could use the Roxana barricades in the Roxana jurisdiction, but if I'm working off the exits, off 255 and stuff, I don't have any barricades other than what I make. And so by Denise stepping up and buying me a couple barricades, it makes things a lot safer for me, and I'm a lot more advantageous to get out there and do some more of this work.
This is just
so incredible. I thank Jim Murphy and I thank Denise Sparks, and anyone is listening, if you could give them an opportunity to earn your business, I don't think you'll regret it.
Absolutely. Well, Rusty, before I let you go, I just think it's great. What's the best way for a business if they want to support you like Jim and Denise have?
I've got everything I need. Those two businesses have given me
kidding.
They've given me everything I need. I buy my own trash bags. I don't need anything from the county. But what I would like the county to do is step forward and put together some programs that they could help out other individuals, not municipalities, but individual groups. Provide them with a few safety barricades. It's not a lot of money, and the investment is well worth it.
I agree.
So that's the only thing I could. So if you want to help me, talk to your board member, call Chris Slusher's office, and just tell them that they think that they should institute some programs to help volunteer groups.
Really cool, Rusty. Before I let you go, we'll link everything in a write-up on RiverBender.com. We got Hainer Library joining us in about 4 minutes. Then we got Bi-State Development coming up at 10:35. Just real quick, because I look like a hot man. We had a bird and a bat in our office today. Okay, I'm not a bird catcher. That thing scared the hell out of me. The bat was somewhere down here. I don't know if they got it this morning, but the bird's what I was focused on, and it was over the weekend with the bat. Anyway, so I looked good until I tried to catch the bird like Steve Irwin.
Well, you look great to me, man.
Thank you.
I appreciate you letting me on here so much. This program has done so much for me. I just don't know what to say. I mean, you let me reach out to so many people, and so many people see this and respond accordingly. So thank you, and I thank your boss, Jim.
Really cool. Well, Rusty, thank you so much for your time, and we'll take a quick break and come back with more next.